Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Rajesh Avasthi, and today I'm going to talk about our new offering, IZO Financial Cloud, which we have recently launched as part of our cloud offering for our BFSI customers. The intent of this product is to help our customers to create a resilient, secure, and a trusted community cloud, which is going to meet the financial institution requirements when they are looking at their digital journey. So with that, I'm going to start on what IZO Financial Cloud is and what is that it is going to cover up for our BFSI segment customers. Just to give you a little bit on digitalization trends that we see in BFSI segment. What we see is that by 2021, cloud would become a vital infrastructure for all banking and payment sector customers. And they're going to look at it for agility, improved remote collaboration, as well as looking at faster application deployments. We also see that they are going to look at AI and hyper automation as one of the enablers, which would double in banking space, and it would help in digital transformation projects very well. By 2023, this is going to grow big time. By 2025, we will see that in India, top tier 1 banks, 50% of those banks are going to launch banking as a service for possibly leveraging technology investments which they have done. But not only that, they are also going to look at what is the value that they are getting because of this technological enablement within their environments. And that value can reach 3x. We also see that we would have multiple number of fintech companies, be it unicorns or sunicorn companies, who are going to adopt technology. They are going to look at blockchain or AI ML as the enabler, which would help them into getting into newer space. That being said about what the industry is heading towards, we also see when BFSI segment customers are looking at it, there are certain things which they want to consider. It's a regulated industry, so they need to look at the regulation mandates which are there. They have to compete with the new age banks or the fintech companies which are coming in. They also need to look at how innovation can be helped within the organization with technology evaluation. And this is something which we have seen over a period of time, from the time when demonetization started, and then because of the pandemic, we saw the acceleration in the digitalization also happening. And that's something which is asking BFSI customers to look at cloud being the enabler for that particular thing. When they are looking at this, one of the challenges which they see is they have outdated IT systems. They want to look at this technology innovation as an enabler which would enable their organizations. And some of the things when they are looking at this innovation is, how do they manage the cost inefficiencies which they have been having within the system? They had monolithic IT infrastructures. They had high recruiting and retaining talent cost. Also looking at compliance requirement, how do you make sure that your data and user privacy was maintained? So these were certain triggers which were actually making cost inefficiencies within the system. Not only that, when they were looking at this, they also had to comply to the complex compliance and security requirements as per the regulation. So cyber security threats are increasing. How do you make sure that you are adhering to the industry regulation which are there, which is related to data residency, be it related to data privacy, or even the audits which they have to go through? That kind of becomes a complex and a costly affair for them. And when they are looking at this, they also have to look at gaining competitive edge, because they also have to compete against fintech companies who are starting their operations on the cloud environment. All this with security and compliance, making sure all the security gaps are filled in, and also looking at that whatever they are doing is also helping them in agility. And that's where they are looking at IT agility and taking care of the legacy packages which they may have within the systems. So these are some of the challenges which they come across when they were looking at digitalization for some of their processes. So with that, we also saw, if we look at within the organization, where are they going to look at? It's a representative BFSI landscape. So you have core infra, or they call it as systems of records, or they had systems of engagements, which could be in form of core banking, core insurance, corporate banking, loan management systems, or looking at insurance management systems. They also had systems which were other services like API integration, mailing, UAT environments, trading applications, because they have divested into that area also. All this, when they were doing, they also had to take care of their analytics requirement, which included the fraud analytics related to trends, which they find from an analytics point of view, and take business insights from those analytics environment. All this, when they were doing, they were also looking at third-party integrations, be it with the payment gateways or contact centers or organizations who were helping them in knowing their customers, or KYC, as we call it. And all this is something which is enabled by platforms which they were needing. So they wanted, obviously, the cloud environment, but enabled with the CDN, because most of these banks are heavy in content nowadays. And it is a content which continues to evolve over a period of time. So how do you accelerate the data which is coming on their web interfaces, which are there? With pandemic, we also saw there are people working from home. So how do you enable people working from home? That became very important for them. When they were looking at this, it was no brainer that doing a lift and shift of their existing environment was an easiest way to look at going on the cloud. But most of the BFSI segment customers are saying, we are competing against born in cloud native fintech companies. So we need to modernize our application. So a microservices based container platform is becoming very important for us. And when they are getting into areas related to automation, they also want to look at AI or ML based platform being used either for analytics or for any other workloads which they were looking at. It is also becoming an open banking space where we are going to talk about banks connecting to their ecosystem partners through API services. And that's where they look at API gateway. And all this, when they are looking at, they need a secure platform on which they can run their operations. So in order to meet these platform requirements, some of the tenants or elements that you need to have on the infrastructure side is, obviously, from a cloud perspective, you look at scalability and agility. You also need to integrate your cloud environment with your legacy system, because it's going to be a journey for them. And hence a low latency connectivity between the existing setups and the cloud environment becomes very important. And all this, when they are doing, they need to make sure that they have a resilient business continuity plan. And in that space, they need to look at having a DR capability, not only meeting the 2 seismic zones, but also going towards the zero downtime kind of an environment. So looking at a 3-way DR becomes very important. All this with having right access control policies, and this being managed, because one of the challenges which we heard from most of the BFSI segment customers was that they have challenge retaining the skilled manpower. So that's where they look at partners who would be able to help them secure the environment and also making sure that it is managed well. So those are some of the things which customers were looking for. So in order to cater to some of these requirements, we always had our IZO Private Cloud, which was meeting the requirement of the enterprise customers. We said we need to look at a community cloud, which is going to meet specific requirements for BFSI segment. And that's where we launched our IZO Financial Cloud, which is a secure and a compliant performance-based banking community cloud platform. This includes the services, which is going to be embedded and bundled with the environment. When we are talking of some of the key services which are getting delivered, obviously infrastructure is one platform that we are talking about. Low latency connectivity is something which is taken care of, because we being one of the leading telecom service provider from an enterprise connectivity perspective, that comes very naturally to us. But not only that, we said we will create IZO Financial Cloud with nodes which are going to give a 3-way DR. So we have 2 nodes in Mumbai and different seismic zone node being available either in Bangalore or in Delhi for our customer, thus giving them assurance that they have a platform which is meeting the regulatory requirement. That being said, most of these banks were using commercial off-the-shelf applications. So they use Oracle as a database. Now they are looking at other databases, also open source databases. So database as a platform becomes very important for them. All this, when they were doing, they also wanted a platform which would support them in application modernization. And that's where containers and Kubernetes services become a very important part of that. And having a native embedded security with this particular platform became very important thing. And also look at how do you integrate with the ecosystem partners, all this happening on a cloud management portal, which is going to become a multi-cloud management, because most of these BFSI segment would have their workloads across cloud platform, be it on the private cloud or a IZO financial cloud, what we are talking of. They may have certain workloads going on the public cloud like AWS, Azure, or Google. So how do you manage all those workloads also from a single pane of glass? And that's something which we said we will enable as part of IZO Financial Cloud for our customers when they are adopting public cloud environments. All this is done to make sure that application resiliency is taken care of. And that's where enabling application performance monitoring became very important. But the top thing which we are talking about is it is going to meet the industry compliance requirements. There are mandates which are given by RBI. There are mandates which are given by IRDAI. How are we making sure that those are taken care of when this cloud is getting adopted? And that's where we are saying key capabilities include single pane of glass across multi-cloud environment, a platform which would support not only your today's workload, but also your cloud native microservices-based application workloads, which is IZO Kubernetes services, as well as the database as a service, be it Oracle database or any other database that you may consume, which could be Postgres, MySQL, Cassandra, or any of those kind of databases which you may want to use, apart from MS SQL or any other database that you may want to look at. With pandemic, we also saw when banks started working from home, their employees started working from home, having virtual desktop as a service became a mandate for them because they wanted to secure customers' data. People were using their home networks. People were using their own devices to connect to the network. So how do you make sure that the data privacy is taken care of and security concerns are taken care of? And that's where VDAS services became very important. All this when was being done, we also created a platform which would give three-way disaster recovery solution, which is where I told you that we have a platform with 2 nodes in Mumbai and a third node, which could be a possibility in different seismic zone, which could be Bangalore or Delhi for our customer. All this enabled with the API gateway as a service so that they can have an open banking connected ecosystem with whom they can interface. That becomes an important part of that. And all this comes with the cloud security posture assessment as well as management. So having embedded security became very important, both for the native cloud as well as container platforms. And all this is being done for having a containers platform, which would not only interface with the internal databases, but is also going to look at streaming data from social media. And that's where you need capabilities of platform, which would support those streaming capabilities, which is what we are saying, Kafka or caching capabilities, those becomes very important. So these are some of the capabilities that we built as part of IZO Financial Cloud. And we said, what are the different kind of use cases which could be used by the customers when they are considering IZO Financial? It could be enabling a resilient banking environment for their core infrastructure. In India, we have large number of cooperative banks, urban cooperative banks. We also have banks who are migrating some of their workloads onto the cloud environment. So thus giving an environment which is meeting the regulatory requirement, BCP requirement, and also making sure it is a resilient environment becomes very important. Second thing which becomes very important is how do you make sure that the application that is running on this particular environment is meeting the application workload requirement, but also making sure it is an agile IT platform. That means you are able to migrate to a microservices based architecture. That being enabled with API driven secure connectivity for open banking, as well as looking at newer ways of working. I'm sure most of the banks are looking at technologies like blockchain for Hyperledger. So how do you create those Hyperledger environments augmented with the AI and ML operations that you can run on this environment? And this all is being done to make sure that there is an enhanced user experience when they are coming to the payment gateways or for any service accessibility from these banks. And this is something which we are enabling as some of the use cases with IZO Financial Cloud. And all this when we are saying how we deliver or how we are enabling this secure, resilient, and managed cloud environment for our customers, network becomes the foundation for that. So we give multiple options to customer, be it the internet or a definitive connectivity to those customers. Having the right security framework, which includes identity, access management, network security, data security, or even getting into application database security, as well as threat protection and management on that particular space. And from an infrastructure perspective, we always had our IZO Private Cloud, IZO Cloud Storage, and Containers platform. With IZO Financial Cloud, we are saying we are adding to our community cloud services. We already have a government community cloud along with the VDAS services and platform to support enterprise applications like SAP S/4HANA or any other Oracle-based enterprise application they want to deploy. And we also, as an infrastructure provider, deliver managed AWS, Microsoft Azure, or Google, or VMC on any of these platforms, VMC on AWS or Azure kind of a platform also. But where we bring in value over and above infrastructure is the services that we deliver, which is the professional services, which could be associated with secure cloud assessment or a optimization and automation on the cloud, or it is a migration that is associated with SAP S/4 application or any other Oracle-based enterprise application. All this supported by our managed services, which could include proactive management, as well as looking at DevOps monitoring, because more and more applications are going to become cloud native. So having operations which is going to work hand in glove with the development teams is going to become very important. And all this is enabled with the security controls through a cloud-based SOC environment, or integrating with customers, their own SOC becomes very important. All this to enable applications, which could include app modernization or platforms where we will do CI/CD pipeline automation for our customers, as well as look at API-based open banking enablement by API Gateway as a service from our side. All this is given through our single pane of management, which is IZO Cloud Command, which gives our customers a multi-cloud management environment through a single pane of glass. That's something which we do. And when we are doing all this, we are making sure that the environment that you are getting is compliant to the industry requirements, be it related to payment card industry, which is where you look at PCI DSS compliance. From a BFSI segment perspective, you need to have all the right security controls, which include SOC 2, SOC 3, and as well as looking at the cybersecurity incident reporting, which becomes very important. And also making sure that the environment that you are getting is compliant as per RBI or RDI guidelines. All this environment that we talk about and the services that we deliver are also audited by Ministry of Electronics and IT, where they have a department which does this audit, STQ audit. So the environment and the processes that we have to manage this environment is actually audited for those as well. Yes, you have standard IT management certifications which are necessary to give confidence to our customers that you are coming to a partner who's not only giving you services, but also making sure they are as per the best practices from the industry that you are coming. So it's not only about a compliant system. This has been a platform and the services from Tata Communications which have been awarded by large number of analysts. We've been adjudged as a managed multi-cloud provider of the year for FY 2020. This is third time in a row. We also got recognized by some of the technology vendors, how we have used their technology to create the cloud offering. In FY 2020, We also became a VMware Cloud Provider Partner of the Choice. We got the business growth recognition as a partner. Red Hat in 2019 acknowledged as us as a top 5 honorable service providers globally. Not only that, we were recognized in security space also. So we got recognition from Frost & Sullivan as a leading managed security provider in India. We were adjudged a Best Managed Security Services Provider of the Year by ET in Telecom Awards. And that acknowledged by the NASSCOM when we became a digital excellence partner for them, and we created a center where customers could come and see how digital transformation can be taken in their journey. And that's something where we got an award related to cybersecurity services. So with that, I'm going to end my presentation. We'll be more than happy to have a discussion with all of you to give you more details on how we can help with our IZO Financial Cloud when you're looking at your digitalization journey, with the cloud adoption being the center stage for that. So with that, I would like to thank you for this opportunity and look forward to talking to you, all of them. Thank you.